In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to put your equipment on properly. There's a couple different pieces of equipment that you're gonna be using on your first day of class. So I'm gonna go over all those pieces of equipment and show you when you get to class, how you wear it, so that way you look like a professional archer. So we're gonna go over this equipment right now. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the smallest equipment and I'll move up to the biggest equipment. So the first thing that we're gonna use today, this is kind of an optional thing. Some people use them, some people don't when they first start out shooting archery. This is called a finger tab. If you are a right-handed archer, that means that you will be pulling back with the right hand. So if you are gonna put a finger tab on, you are gonna put it on your draw hand. Your draw hand is the hand that actually pulls the string back, okay? So this is used to protect your fingers from the string. So you're actually gonna be placing the finger tab and your fingers on the string to pull back. So let me show you how to put it on and then I'll show you how it looks when it's actually on the bow. All right, so there is a little hole here. You're gonna take that draw hand, your right hand, as a right-handed archer, take the middle finger, and you're gonna stick the middle finger right through the finger tab. Then on the other side, you're gonna place the index finger up here. If there's a spacer, then your other two fingers will go right below it. Okay, some finger tabs, they're just all one piece and you just lay all three fingers on. And remember, we don't use the pinky or the thumb, so they just kind of stay back here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now with a bow in hand, all you're gonna do here, actually I'm gonna even load an arrow for you, so that way you can see here. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take those three fingers. Now when I used to shoot Olympic archery, we shoot split finger, so I go one above, two under. When I shoot beginner barebow archery, I teach everybody three fingers under. So we're gonna go three fingers under. So that finger tab's gonna be right here, protecting your fingers, that's the point of it. And you're gonna place that finger tab, okay, let's see right here, right on the string. And your fingers are gonna go right over top of it. So see now it's protecting those fingers. So that way your fingers won't be so sensitive to the string. And it's gonna look just like that when you're shooting. Okay, so that's the finger tab. Now, if you are shooting left-handed, obviously it's gonna be on the other hand, and you are gonna get a left-handed finger tab. There's a right-handed and a left-handed finger tab. Usually the leather side is what's gonna be on, touching the string. And then the side that's a little softer, this is where your fingers are gonna be touching. So if you're shooting left hand, I'll just throw this left-handed, just so you can see it's the left hand, your middle finger goes right through it, fingers go right over top, and then you're just gonna place it on the string and pull back. And there's your protection right there. Okay, so that's the finger tab. That's how you wear that properly. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna use is an arm guard. This is also something that you don't have to wear, but I highly recommend it, especially for my beginner archers. There are different size arm guards. There's all different kinds of brands out there. In my beginner classes, I always use the Aurora. I like that. And they also have I think the X-Spot, and those are leather ones, so kind of personal preference. But anyways, let's start with the short one. If you're just wearing a short arm guard, you are gonna place this on your bow arm. So if you are, let's start with a right-handed archer. If you're a right-handed archer, this is gonna go on the bow arm, the arm that holds the bow. Okay, so as a right-handed archer, it's your left hand. So this is gonna be placed right here on your left forearm, and it's gonna be placed down here, so it's kind of facing towards, when the string comes out, you want it to cover where the string is gonna come. So if you have it up here, it's not gonna be really effective. You want it on the inside of your arm. And then with these, it's just a clip. Okay, so you're just gonna clip it to each other, I should say. There you go. And it's gonna fit on just right like this. I just keep it on the forearm area. Sometimes I do notice when girls hit their arms a little bit more, it seems like females hit their arms a little bit more than the guys do, up here, because we hyperextend a little bit more. Sometimes girls in my beginner classes will wear it up just a little bit higher, just to protect the elbow until they can learn how to turn that in so they're not hitting their arm. All right, but usually more likely than not, this is where you're gonna have your arm guard. All right, let me show you the long one. I actually also, in my beginner classes, I provide a long arm guard because when people are first starting out, sometimes they have a hard time being able to rotate their arm in or getting it in the right position. So this one's nice because it provides extra protection, and this actually goes up your whole arm. But I wanna show you how to wear it correctly because a lot of times in my beginner classes, people will have it down in their hands down here and they'll kind of tie it around. So I just wanna show you what it should look like properly to wear this. Okay, so it's actually just gonna start up higher. It's gonna be up by your biceps here. And then you're just gonna snap it all the way down. It just takes a little bit longer. I always forget how tricky it is to put these on by yourself. I used to do this for many years. I had a really small one. So when you put a really long one on, it makes you think a little bit more about how hard it is. Okay. All right, and then you're just going to like try to tighten it down. You can see how these straps pull. That's why I like these, because these straps pull down nice and tight. And again, you're just gonna wear it on the inside of the arm. And it's just gonna go down to about your wrist. So that should actually look like this. And if you notice, now it's covering your elbow, it's covering your forearm. So now you have a lot of extra protection. So this one's actually really great. I like to give it to kids that don't really know how to turn their arms in. I also like to give it to the females who hyperextend their arms a lot, even guys. There's a lot of guys that hyperextend too. So if that's you and you are nervous about hitting your arm on your first day of archery, grab a long one. That would be totally worth it. All right, so the last piece of equipment, you have a quiver, okay? How do you put the quiver on correctly? There's all different types of quivers. A lot of times in your beginner classes, it's gonna be something as simple as this. It's gonna be a tube with a clip on it. Okay, a lot of times, I use a lot of carabiner clips, but a lot of times they'll come with a clip that looks like this. So the way it works is if you are a right-handed archer, you are gonna place it on your right side. It's just gonna clip on, and it's gonna look like this. This is how you know if you've done it right, that you put it on the right side, I should say, is when you go up to shoot, okay, so if your target's down this way, you always want the arrows away from the target. If you place your arrows on the wrong side, this happens a lot in the beginner classes, just because we don't know yet. What happens is people will pull back, and then can you see here, the arrows are in my string and they go to shoot, and the arrows get all stuck up in the string, and then your arrow that's in the bow goes down and it misses the target, and usually it's not a good shot. So always keep your arrows away from the target. Your quiver is gonna go on the opposite side here. It's gonna go on the same side as your draw hand. Now what I recommend is wear it a little further back. If you wear it too far forward, you're gonna kind of run into the same problem. If you wear it up here, it's gonna get in the way while you're trying to shoot your shots. So just keep it back just a little bit, and that'll keep it all out of the way. It'll be nice and comfortable when you're shooting archery. The last thing that you have is the bow. There's not necessarily a way to wear those properly because you are always gonna lay it on a bow rack when you go down to get your arrows at the target. So it's not something that you have to carry around. If you are walking around with it, obviously you're just gonna hold on to the grip right here, and you're just gonna hold it just like this, okay? I don't necessarily advise, unless you're more of a professional archer, to wear it like this, because you don't wanna get caught on your shirt, you don't wanna get stuck, you don't wanna hit other people standing around you. So I think it's always the best bet. Even a better bet, if you're standing there waiting for your turn to shoot, I don't know if you can see me that far, is you're just gonna place the limb on your toe, and that's a lot better for the limb than to be placing it on the ground, because a lot of times on the ground, kids will start twirling it around, and that'll mess up that bottom limb. So all you're gonna do when you have a bow in hand is just make sure you have that limb tip sitting on your top of your shoe. All right, that pretty much covers everything on all the basics to archery and how to wear everything properly. If you have any questions or there's something else you're wondering about how to wear it correctly, just throw a comment in the comment section, hit the like button, subscribe, and you'll get some more videos on all things beginner archery. Have a great day.